On the 27th of September 1854, a collision shatters the Atlantic fog. SS Arctic, pride of Collins Line, faces unimaginable doom. Built in 1850, Arctic races across oceans at 13 knots. Luxury saloons host families, diplomats, and seasoned sailors. Captain James Luce commands with experience. His ill son Willie joins for the voyage from Liverpool to New York. Edward Collins's wife and children board in saloon class. Banker James Brown's family travels alongside trusted attorney George Allen. French Duke of Grimaldi heads to Washington. Captain Pratt, fresh from another wreck, seeks safety on this sturdy vessel. 233 passengers mingle with 175 crew. Fine dining and music fill the uneventful days. As temperatures drop near Newfoundland, fog blankets the sea. Arctic steams full speed, bound by political mandates. Iron-hulled Vesta, a French fishing steamer, departs Newfoundland. Propeller-driven, she carries over 150 souls eastward. Noon approaches in thick mist. Lookouts spot a shadow ahead. Officers shout orders to avert the looming disaster. Arctic turns hard to port. Vesta veers right in panic. Bowsprit pierces hull, impaling a sailor below deck. Foremast collapses amid screams. Arctic's forward momentum shreds Vesta's bow. Blood paints the smaller ship's deck crimson. Collision feels like a mere bump to most. Crew inspects damage, believing Arctic safe above the waterline. Captain Luce sees Vesta sinking fast. He orders turnaround to rescue the Frenchman, crying out in desperation. Lifeboats lower toward Vesta. Passengers crowd the railing, tilting Arctic slightly as fog swallows the scene. Chief Officer Gourley rows to Vesta first. Second Officer Baalim struggles with his boat amid growing excitement. Paddles churn deeper in water. Luce senses trouble. He recalls Baalim to re-inspect the bow's hidden wounds. Below deck, 3 holes gape underwater. Sea pours in relentlessly. Pumps activate, spraying brine across the decks. Crew attempts plugs with mattresses and sails. Efforts fail as jagged wood tiers canvas apart in currents. Gourley's boat vanishes in fog. Luce signals return futilely. Arctic turns west, racing toward Newfoundland's distant shore. Vesta's lifeboat approaches Arctic unseen. Paddle wheel crushes it, mangling bodies in gruesome, spinning horror. Lone Frenchman hauled aboard survives. Arctic flees the site, leaving Vesta behind in presumed fatal plunge. Carpenter rigs scaffolding over holes. Anchors dumped portside shift weight, easing strain on flooding bow. Passengers pump manually until hands blister bloody. Quartermasters arm themselves to guard remaining lifeboats from chaos. Signal cannon fires distress calls. Engineer Stuart Holland mans it loyally, vowing to stand by his post. Water nears boilers. Stokers hesitate but stay. Engines strain as drag increases with every sinking inch. Furnaces flood. Ship shakes violently. Power fades. Luce orders lifeboats loaded with women and children first. Aft starboard boat fills carefully. Butcher takes command. He cuts lines prematurely, vanishing into the mist. Mutiny spreads among crew. Rogue sailors rush aft port boat. Tackle fails, dumping innocents into icy waves. Survivors later blame Luce falsely. Steam dies completely. Pumps halt. Sea claims Arctic without resistance now. Baalim lowers his boat half full, mostly crew aboard. He rows away, ignoring Luce's pleas to wait. Aft port boat reloaded amid struggle. Luce wields mallet against knife-wielding sailor in desperate defense. Cowards storm again, tripping overboard. Boat drifts free. Duke of Grimaldi leaps aboard, sparking future controversy. Chief engineer hijacks smaller boat. Loaded with friends and pistols, they refuse swimmers begging for rescue. 5 boats gone already. No women or children saved. Families huddle as Luce plans makeshift raft. Spars, doors, debris. Assemble aft. Water flows sternward. Ship lists dangerously under shifted human weight. 3 groups emerge aboard. Loyalists aid Luce. Women pray quietly. Ruffians loot liquor and life jackets. Violence erupts in final minutes. Attempted assaults on women thwarted by gentlemen wielding axes fiercely. Fourth Officer Dorian defends raft loyally. Stewardess Anna Downer pumps bloodied hands until Luce releases her. Raft nearly complete. Vile passengers rush it, trampling builders. Dorian's boat overtaken by the mob. Luce distributes lifebelts. Families cling together praying. Children cry as ship lurches into instability. Luce fetches Willie from cabin. They ascend bridge together, expecting shared end in the chaos. Arctic drops stern first. Deckhouse tears apart. Passengers heap against funnel as Holland fires final cannon. Ship groans. Decks explode below. Bow rises skyward. Luce holds Willie, pulled deep under swirling waters. Surfacing twice, Luce loses grip. Paddlebox detaches, surfacing violently, killing Willie and others nearby. Luce climbs atop wreckage, bloodied. George Allen joins him. They watch families drown in rough seas. Gale rises, sharks circle bloodied water. Stragglers dragged under as night falls on scattered survivors. Paddlebox drifts days. 12 dwindle to 3. Madness grips one sailor, halted from suicide twice. Canadian bark Huron rescues Dorian's group, 30 board. Then transfer to Lebanon bound for New York. Noble survivors choose direct route home. Cowards head to Canada, fearing judgment for their shameful acts. Cunard steamer Cambria spots Paddlebox. Captain Russell, once saved by Collins' ship, repays the debt. Balim's boat lands Newfoundland. Engineers follows soon. They reach Street Johns, finding Vesta miraculously safe. Vesta's bulkheads held firm. Crew's seamanship saved her. Arctic's flight initially branded as selfish hit and run. Speculation arises on evacuation. Added weight from Arctic might have doomed Vesta despite her sturdy design. Balim charters ships homeward. Search yields no more survivors. 88 live, 320 perish. Every woman and child lost. News reaches America weeks later. Rumors confirm the grim, cowardly details. Balim spins tales blaming Luce. Firemen deflect judgment. Luce blames himself for abandoning Officer Gourley. No formal inquiry held. Politicians avoid scrutiny over speed policies that doomed the Collins line. Edward Collins loses half his family. James Brown mourns 6. George Allen witnesses wife and baby die. All 3 men battle depression lifelong. Cunard parades safety in New York amid national grief wave. Vesta sails until 1875, sinking off Spain. No images exist beyond crude sketches of her damage. Arctic's wreckage never found. Wooden hull disintegrates off Newfoundland, leaving scant relics on seabed. Bodies unrecovered, names avoided henceforth. White Star Line shuns Arctic for Celtic in Oceanic Fleet. Era of wooden steamers fades forgotten. Collins Line buries in history with its tragic passengers' tales, yet heroes linger in shadows. Luce never sails again, haunted by Willie's final, distant cry. Stuart Holland's last words echo. Anna Downer's bloody pump stands as testament to unyielding duty. Duke's survival sparks whispers. Pratt's luck runs out, proving sea's mercy fleeting and unforgiving. Political mandates expose greed's cost. Speed over safety claims lives in fog-shrouded Atlantic depths. Raft fragments drift as silent witnesses. Shark's Feast fades into legends of maritime hell unleashed. Families' prayers unanswered resound. Children's tears mix with waves in eternal, unspoken lament. SS Arctic rests in obscurity below. Her story warns of human frailty amid nature's ruthless power. Did greed seal their fate, or fog's cruel veil? Questions linger like ghosts on endless seas. Collins Line crumbles soon after. Pacific vanishes next, echoing Arctic's doom in silent waves. Reforms come slowly post-tragedy. Lifeboats multiply, bulkheads strengthen, yet disasters repeat through time. Titanic mirrors the chaos later. Women and children first becomes law from Arctic's bloody lesson. Newfoundland shores hold secrets still. Vesta's miracle contrasts Arctic's descent into forgotten abyss. Captain Luce's guilt endures. His son's loss carves eternal scar on a broken mariner's soul. In archives, tales resurface dimly. Books revive the horror, urging remembrance of the lost. Big ocean hides many graves. Arctic's enigma whispers. Will history's shadows claim more unwary souls? Fog may lift one day. Wreckage revealed. Truths unearthed from depths where silence reigns supreme. But until then, Atlantic guards its dark secrets. What other horrors lurk in unexplored watery tombs